Was this record particularly cathartic for you, Dexter, just in the way with everything going on?
Yeah, it was for sure. I think I don't know, just getting it out kind of makes you feel better. And I know that the bands that I listened to growing up, I felt better reacting with their songs.
Yeah.
So I kind of just wanted to get it out there, like, hey, everybody, this is what's going on. In a way that's kind of from an observer's point of view. I'm not trying to give people an opinion of how they should feel about it.
Definitely. Do you ever miss the carefree nature of the 90s and the 2000s without all the craziness going on in the world that it is today?
The 90s were fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was a super exciting time for us, of course, as the band took off. I mean, yes and no. I mean, there was issues back then that I wouldn't want to have to go back and deal with again. But I don't think everybody can be nostalgic, but we don't focus on nostalgia so much. I mean, those days were incredible. We talk about them in the interviews, and it's always kind of fun reliving that. But I think our eye is pretty much on today and what we're doing now, and then with also a look into the future. We're already talking about, after this, there is another record that's already in the works. We have songs that we're going to go back eventually and start relooking at and everything. But
you may have heard this story before, but we got together kind of by accident. We wanted to go to a Social Distortion show. We got down to the venue. It was sold out. It was like they shut the door almost right in front of us. So we ended up at a friend's house, just drinking beer in their backyard, and thought, we should start a band. And just like that. But we didn't know how to play instruments. We didn't play anything. It was just like, it sounded funny. Like, let's do it. So we decided to form a band that night, and we actually picked instruments. Well, what do you want to play? I don't know. I'll play guitar, I guess. I'll play bass. And that's literally how the band started, just on a whim like that.
If you think about it, that is the purest way to start a band, because that's how kids do it. Like, have you ever seen kids play? My son, before he could play anything, would start a band with his cousins. We're in a band now. Like, oh, okay.
It just sounds cool.
Yeah, totally.
I love the fact that you started a band before you learned how to play instruments, because that's incredible.
Yeah, before we learned to play that. That was just that was a detail.
They even assigned roles. Yeah.
And Dexter, because you were actually a drummer first, right?
Well, I played drums sometimes because we didn't have a drummer always. But, yeah, the positions were fluid at that point. Like, none of us actually claimed to be the singer that night. I don't think either. That
originally you were just going to be guitar, right?
And I think we did. Yeah, and eventually we had to work that out. I was going to be singing.
The friend that was going to be a drummer. This was before I actually joined. But the friend who was going to be a drummer just never got drums and never learned how to play. So that's right. When he stole the drummer that was in my band, who I'd been playing with. Actually, Dexter sat in with that band first.
We shared the drummer.
Shared the drummer.